All right, we'll get started. So guys, welcome to the line tonight. We're so glad to have you. This presentation tonight is a full product overview of a company that I've fallen in love with over the last 5 years and decided to partner with and represent, Isogenics. Some of you are folding in from our business presentation last night, and that was really about the business model, but tonight is truly about the science. Some of you are just dialing in to learn. You haven't come from the business presentation. Maybe you have a clinician who referred you to the call tonight to learn about the products, that are coming to your house. I am super excited. I happen to be a PharmD. I came into this 5 years ago, 100% for the products, fell in love with them, saw what they could do for not only me, but so many people around me. And ultimately leaned in and made it my side gig. Ultimately ended up becoming a full-time gig. Here I am 5 years later on a webinar at 8:30 at night, looking at 24 of you here, curious and interested about the products. My guest speaker tonight, I'm really excited to just introduce her to you. She is a business partner of mine now, but we actually used to be colleagues back in my corporate days. So prior to being an executive with Isogenics, I was a medical director in the pharmaceutical industry, which is just a fancy word for being in big pharma on the clinical, we kind of straddle like the clinical research and the sales department kind of interfaced between the two. And the reason I say that is because our role was very technical, very sciencey from a medical writing perspective. And Kristen was one of my medical science liaisons, which means she was a liaison between the clinical data and information and the providers. So she was, to this day, she works with the thought leaders and experts within the therapeutic areas that she represents, which means she has to know more than the thought leaders do because she educates them, right? So like these people who are doing the publications in these big journals like Chest and New England Journal of Medicine, right? So she goes to these thought leaders and educates them and brings back also their thoughts and process around the disease state and product and brings it back to the corporation that really helps design their future trials, right? So why do I say all of that? Well, you're listening about nutrition tonight. You're listening from someone has a very super technical day job, right? So, and I came from that space. And so I want to edify her because I want you to understand who's actually delivering this information. She has a doctorate in pharmacy, and by day, she's a medical science liaison who's an expert in her field. And so it's no surprise that she's fallen in love with this company and these products because not only have they impacted her health and those around her, but she really loves the science. We're all data geeks at the end of the day. So, if we can really get behind why the products work phenomenally, pharmacists are some of the most skeptical people on the planet. But once they're on board, man, I love people who read the labels and need to know everything because once you're on board, man, you're unstoppable with the impact you can make with people's lives around you. So without further ado, I am going to pass it over to Kristen ORear, Dr. Kristen ORear, to educate you guys on the products tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. That was an awesome introduction. I am so excited to be on our product overview tonight. As Melissa said, we used to work together, and she is, I think, still managing me because it says host disabled attendee screen sharing. Try this one more time. All right, I think we're good now. Just get my screen up here for you guys. Get rid of the corner view. All right, can you see the slides? Yes, awesome. All right, so we are getting started. Once again, my name is Kristen ORear. I got my Doctor of Pharmacy degree. I'm a medical science liaison for a pharmaceutical company by day. But really tonight I want to speak to you from the perspective of a mom, a wife, someone who craves pizza and wings every once in a while. I'm just going to keep it real here. So I want to let you in on the secrets of these products that help me stay healthy. And I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. My husband and I have been married for almost 6 years. We love to travel. We love cruises. We actually met on a cruise. That's another story for another time. We love to spend time cooking together. And I recently became a mom to our sweet 8-month-old baby boy named Benjamin, seen here. And really, during my pregnancy is where my Isogenics journey really began. So you see me here on the left, yes, 41 plus weeks pregnant. I was all the way up until the very last moment where they decided that it was not safe anymore. They were going to induce me, but I finally went into labor the day before. So baby boy did not want to come out anytime too soon. And then you see me here on the right, 4 months postpartum. This was about 4 months ago. Like I said, he's 8 months old now. And you can see I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey, but I was really, thanks to this nutrition, right on track with my health and weight and all that kind of stuff, all those goals through the entire pregnancy. And I attribute it a lot to this nutrition. So I was fortunate to have a very healthy and honestly pretty enjoyable pregnancy. But the one thing that stood out was how exhausted I was all the time, like all the time. There was a period of several weeks where my favorite hobby was napping. And I am typically not one to take naps in the middle of the day. Now, I realize that not everyone on the line can relate to being a pregnant mom, but I'm sure many, if not all of us, can understand feeling exhausted or stressed out or not where we'd want to be when it comes to mental clarity and focus, right? So as Melissa mentioned, we used to work together. She was my boss, and now here we are as business partners. But I remember stories that she used to share about her pregnancies and how they were exhausting like mine, except her last one. And this time she had found a nutrition solution that to this day her and her family use. Now, I've always been skeptical of things like this. She said it, pharmacists are the most critical, most skeptical people when it comes to this kind of thing. But I had seen her results. I was really just looking for something. I was almost desperate at that point. And I trusted her. So I decided to give it a shot. And long story short, it was one of the best decisions I've made. Like I said, weight gain was right on track, just about back to my pre-pregnancy weight. All my clothes fit again. And most importantly, though, for me, I feel healthier. I feel more energized. And I really feel like I'm showing up better than ever as a full-time working mom and wife and running a side business now on top of it all. So I also love, one of the things that I really, really love and can get behind as a clinician myself is the peace of mind, just having that peace of mind, knowing that I'm fueling my body with the highest quality nutrition. One of the many great things about this company is its no compromise policy on quality ingredients. One of the company's founders, I'm going to do a little history lesson here really quickly, dedicated his life to creating health and wellness products that could literally change people's lives. And his formulas were sought after actually by companies all over the world. Problem is when you get into these big companies who mass produce, like your Costco's and your Walmarts and all these huge companies, they wanted to settle for cheaper ingredients to mass produce the formulas for less money, of course. But because of the standards that he held himself to and his products to, he refused and looked for partners who shared his passion and dedication to excellence. So this is where our founders, Jim and Kathy Coover, come in, who are two of the most respected names, still are, in the direct selling industry. They didn't believe in cutting corners either. They had the consumer's best interest in mind and knew that there was a better way, a right way to do things. And back in 2002, 18 years ago now, Isogenics was founded with the mission to create the world's greatest health and wellness products and business opportunity to transform people's lives, both physically and financially. So there's a lot of words here, lots of stuff going on here on this slide, but the key takeaway from all of that is that you can be confident that every single product we have is backed by science with rigorous independent third-party testing for quality as well as safety and solid clinical research studies. I highly encourage you, if you're into that kind of stuff, you like data, you like studies, check out isogenicshealth.net, and there's a tab across the top, the research tab, to learn more. This is really just a great overall website in general. You can search really for anything, keyword searches, if you're curious about certain products or even specific ingredients within our products. Just an overall great wealth of solid evidence-based information. So Isagenix offers solutions for just about anyone and everyone, whether you're looking to lose a couple pounds, maybe you're an athlete looking to put on lean muscle mass and have better supplement options, maybe you're already in pretty good health and looking for some better nutrition and maintenance. Maybe you're looking to switch up your skincare routine. I know I personally have switched over to this Rejuvenity line and I absolutely love it. Or maybe you're looking for some new essential oils, whatever it is. There is such a wide variety of products and packs and different options available. I'm confident that we have something that would be tailored and specific to your health and wellness goals. So that being said, because of the wide variety available, it would take an extended amount of time to present everything and touch on everything. So for the next few minutes, I'm just going to highlight some of the core pillar products with Isagenix, which includes high quality nutrition, which is aimed at getting the body to an alkaline state instead of an acidic state, eliminating toxins, and reducing inflammation and stress. So if you hang around us long enough, you're going to hear us refer to shake days and cleanse days. But what does that mean to somebody who isn't familiar with Isagenix? It's funny, I talk to a lot of people who believe a nutrition system based on protein shakes means that that's literally all you drink all day, every day long, just shake, 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 shake. Well, I'm here to tell you that we still eat food. I love food. We all love food. Who doesn't love food, right? And like I said earlier, my husband and I love to cook, and we still definitely get to do that. Now having a baby, he goes to bed at 7 o'clock, and that's when we have adjusted to have a little later dinner, but we still have our time together at night cooking dinner. And I love that this isn't a diet, but it truly is just a better nutrition option. So this is what a typical shake day may look like, real food included. You replace 1 to 2 meals with a shake, you have healthy snacks, a healthy meal, and it really, really is adjustable to anybody's, time, anybody's schedule, whether or not you like to meal prep. It's completely up to you. So the first product I'm going to dive into is the Isolean Shake, and this is really the key player on a shake day. It's a true meal replacement with 240 calories, 24 grams of the highest quality whey protein, and the perfect balance of key nutrients, including 23 essential vitamins and minerals. Unfortunately, let's face it, the food that's available to us today is nutritionally depleted. I mean, it's true. It's the reality that our food system in this country is corrupt. So these shakes can help supplement what we're missing out on. The other thing about our shakes is that they have been clinically proven. I highlighted, or I talked about this a little earlier when I was doing the intro. They've been proven to shift the body from an acidic environment to an alkaline environment. Now, I know we have a lot of clinicians and other pharmacists on the line, so you may be familiar with why this is important, but just in case you're not, we were designed to be alkaline, but due to our environment, our diets, the massive amounts of processed foods that many Americans routinely consume, most of us exist in an acidic state. So again, why is this a bad thing? Many diseases, cancer, for example, thrive, not only exist, but thrive in an acidic environment. The final thing that I'll mention about our whey protein is that it is sourced from cows in New Zealand, where ethical farming methods are the norm. So think about the cows here in America. That's not necessarily the case, again, unfortunately. But these New Zealand cows are grass-fed. They're milked in season, not year-round. They're not given hormones or antibiotics, and therefore they have no inflammatory markers running through their bodies. And because these cows are healthy and happy, the protein doesn't need to go through a high heat process to make it clean. And therefore the protein structures that are in the protein powder itself and the active enzymes that are in there remain intact. So switching from shake day to cleanse day now, a cleanse day, on the other hand, incorporates the practice of intermittent fasting. And I know that a lot of people that I've talked to recently are not only familiar with intermittent fasting, but they practice it. And we know that it's been around for centuries. This isn't something new that Isagenix has come up with, but what's different and what's unique to the Isagenix fasting system is that it's paired with our antioxidant-rich drink called Cleanse for Life. Cleanse days work mainly, we're going to focus on the liver when we think about a cleanse day. So the liver has two main functions, detoxification and digestion. So when we fast, we take digestion out of the picture, obviously, because we're not eating like we normally would. So temporarily, the liver can put solely, put all of its energy into detoxification. So the antioxidants that are in this drink, the Cleanse for Life, go out and find toxins and free radicals in the body, present them to the liver, which again is in super high drive detox mode, and they get flushed out of the body. After going through a cleanse, it kind of makes sense thinking about what I just said, that many people find they have more energy, more focus, more clarity, and that's because the body has been rid of all that junk that was floating around there to begin with. Now, like I said, I know we have a lot of other pharmacists, other clinicians, and clinically inclined people on the line tonight. So if clinical research is something that is of interest to you, you can check out clinicaltrials.gov and search for articles on intermittent fasting. There's a lot of data out there on this practice, including most recently back in December of 2019, an article in the New England Journal of Medicine that I have pasted here just to show you the title. But this is a really great article. It really summarizes the published articles that are available to date. It explains basically why intermittent fasting is not just a fad diet, and really lends it the credibility of a strategy with proven benefits. Studies have shown that many of the health benefits aren't necessarily just due to weight loss. It leads to responses in cells that improve glucose regulation. It increases our resistance to stress, allowing us to adapt and handle stress better. And it also suppresses inflammation. So you can see how this concept really pairs nicely with isogenics and our nutritional rebalancing system. So the final product, final core pillar product I want to talk about tonight is Ionic Supreme. And this plays a role in reducing inflammation and stress within our bodies. Ionic Supreme is a daily nutrient-rich tonic packed with herbal adaptogens that help protect our bodies from the effects of stress. So I think it's safe to say that we're all a little stressed under normal circumstances. Add in a global pandemic to the mix, and I'm pretty sure everybody can say that their stress level has been higher than normal lately these past few months. So this is where adaptogens are essential. They're derived from plants that are grown in the harshest of environments, and over time they've evolved to learn how to survive in conditions of environmental stress. And the result when we incorporate adaptogens into our nutrition is normalization of the body's functions under stress. So the last couple of slides I want to cover really is just the last couple of slides I did present was really just going through the core products again. But like I said, we have a bunch of systems, a bunch of different categories, really solutions for everyone. And one of the next, I guess I can say the next popular is our performance line. So I really did want to just cover just a little bit here really quickly. So this Amped line, you can see called the Amped family, is really backed by the science of nutrient timing. It was designed to support your body's needs at every phase of your workout. So first you see a tri-release protein. This can be used at any time throughout the day, isn't really as tied to the timing of your workout as the other three here are on the slide, but it can be used anytime, helps you develop lean muscle, enhance your strength, and improve recovery time. The second one pictured here is Amped Nitro. This is a pre-workout. It supports increased blood flow and mental focus. And then we have kind of out of order here, but the during workout is the Amped BCAA, which stands for branched chain amino acids. This is an intra-workout drink. It supports muscles during a workout and provides concentrated branched chain amino acids to stimulate protein synthesis. It also helps prevent muscle breakdown and reduce fatigue. So finally, kind of going back a little bit there, is Amped Repair. This is a post-workout drink, and it provides greater support for recovery after training. So just really quickly, I wanted to touch on a little bit about the performance line, our Amped family. And then last but not least, two other fantastic products I want to touch on really quickly are the Biome and our Complete Essentials with Isogenesis. So first on the left, Biome is a daily digestive health system, which includes two components. So first we have digestive enzymes, and these come in two different formulations, whether you're a vegetarian or if you eat a conventional, you eat meat. So vegetarian and conventional formulations are available. And whether which one you get depends on the enzymes that are in there, but it's either 13 to 15 enzymes depending on the system. And it's really used to enhance food digestion, nutrient availability, and absorption. And then secondly, our probiotics work collectively to help restore a healthy, diverse gut microbiome. Finally, on the right side of the screen, you see a picture of our complete essentials with isogenesis. There are 2 different variations available depending on gender. And these are just our multivitamins. I shouldn't say just, these are awesome multivitamins available in both the men's and women's, and include your omegas, your vitamin C, your CoQ10, vitamin D, just to name a few. You can see here on the screen the equivalents of what you'd have to eat in a normal everyday diet just to get the amount of these different vitamins and minerals. The other thing, it's not really highlighted here, but this particular vitamin contains isogenesis, and that really helps support telomere health, which is a biomarker for healthy aging. If you aren't familiar with telomeres, just think of them as like the caps on the ends of shoelaces. So these are the caps at the end of each DNA strand, and they help protect our chromosomes. So without the coating on shoelaces, the shoelaces can become frayed until they no longer can function, do their job. And you think of that in our DNA strands. If the telomeres weren't there, or if they become damaged, the DNA strands become damaged and our cells can't do what they were meant to do either. So as I said earlier, the wealth of variety of different product options available is pretty substantial. It would take way too much time to cover tonight. But I do hope what I presented tonight was helpful and valuable. If you have any additional questions on either what I did present or what I didn't cover, some of our other product lines, please reach out to the person who invited you tonight, and they will be sure to get your questions answered.
Awesome. Kristen, what a great overview. I hope that you guys were able to really just get, let me put myself in gallery view here. Yeah. Really just able to get kind of a broad brush overview of our product line, what we stand behind, you know, how we really got started in the first place with John Anderson with that no quality, the high quality, no compromise policy. And as Kristen said, you know, if you've got further questions, certainly circle back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. Excitingly, we actually have a new shake release flavor tomorrow. So we're all like chewing at the bit to find out what's coming. You know, we've been using these products for 5 years, the whole family. It's like a whole family affair. So my kids are like, what is it, Mom? What is it? Is it going to be tangerine or is it going to be cookies and cream? You know, so it's become a family affair. And so where I will land as far as the last thing I would just want to kind of put a bow on it is one thing we do have is not only can you get started on the products, but I do want to just scratch the surface of, we do have a referral program. It doesn't mean you have to jump in and grow an Isogenics business. But what I have found in the past 5 years is that people who come on and bring accountability partners with them, they have a greater success rate. And it's a great way to offset the cost of your product. So we are a word of mouth business, right? So when I first got started, I made my husband, who was going to be sharing the groceries in the house with me, go through this with me so that I wasn't going to be like tempted with the gallons of ice cream in the freezer, right? And I reached to my best friend, Sadie, who's here on the line, who's been an avid user for the last 5 years. And so the 3 of us did this together, and we would weigh in and text each other our measurements. And so it was just that fun camaraderie, but also a great way to pave it forward. You know, we have so many different systems that we can customize based off of your health and wellness goals and your budget. So we can work with, you know, what's your operating line for groceries each month, and how we can show you how you can redirect that spend and get great results with Isogenics. But you can also pave it forward and bring in 2 friends, and the company's going to give you referral thank you money that can help offset or pay for your package when you get started. So I did want to mention that. With that, I thank you guys for joining us tonight. Hope that you join our ISA family. We've got a ton of support and resources for you once you come on board. It's a great community and lots of resource. So with that, we'll call it a night. Thank you.